What's good, everybody? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson here on the Dear African American playlist. Usually I do these videos with my face, but I want to talk about, black repats. And I know some of you brothers and sisters who are interested in, visiting Africa or repat content. You watch YouTubers such as, this channel, it's SBK Lifestyle now. There's just a lot of brothers and sisters in the black diaspora or African Americans living in Africa that are talking about their experiences. But one of the things I never see them talking about is the day-to-day work life. Okay, and that's something that we need to talk about on this channel. If you are under 40 and you're not retired, or maybe you're a person that wants to start another venture, the reality is while you're going to Africa, whatever country you are in, Ghana and all that stuff, Uganda, Tanzania, you're going to have some fun. If you're a brother, you're going to see a lot of beautiful ladies. If you're a sister, there's a community you can get into and all of that. The reality is you're going to be in Africa working. Okay? There's no way around it. You're going to have to work. And for me, I did some of the best work in an 11-month period time on the continent. Okay, I was really focused during that time, and when I'm there, I'm really focused for a few reasons. Number one, personally, I'm a workaholic. I like to do that. But secondarily, I know what my focus is. My focus is to build what I'm building. My focus is not to be out partying. My focus is not to be out, kicking it and enjoying the sun life every day. And that's what I see a lot of times people do. Our people come in, they leave the hustle and bustle of America, and then all of a sudden, they want an easier life and stuff like that. But then the reality comes in is that, I'm having an easier life, but my money isn't growing either. And that's because you have not really planned out a work day, And for me, when I was in Uganda, my particular work day started at 4 a.m. And that was because I wanted to beat the call to prayer at 5 a.m. So the reason why I wanted to get up that early, because sometimes we would have power outages in Bukoto. Umeme, who is the electricity company there in Uganda, it's not uncommon for the electricity to be out. And if I was to be in Poland, I don't have that problem. If I'm in America, I don't have that problem. But in Uganda, I'm operating at about 80% efficiency, right? And that means 20% of the time or 15% of the time, I can be out of power. So I have to get my work done and get all my stuff sent out. If I have somebody working for me in Kenya or Russia, I need to have those things done before power might be out. I need to have my batteries charged before power goes out, okay? I need to have things in place before the power goes out. And we need to achieve all the stuff that we need to achieve in the day, when the power comes back on, intermittently through the day. We need to be having the workflow because there's a certain amount of money that we need to earn, all right? And even if we didn't have a power outage, there are things every day that we got to get accomplished. And then once we get those things accomplished, if we want to go out, if we want to eat, if we want to have fun, but everybody has to work. From me to Jonita, we have to have that culture that don't nobody owe us anything. All right. We have to get up every day. Everybody, we have to all fulfill what we need to do that everybody on the team eats, for my other channel, for this channel. And it doesn't matter that we're in Africa. It doesn't matter that it's sunny outside. It doesn't matter that it's time to, hang out and enjoy the club life or whatever. It doesn't matter what other people are doing. The main thing it matters is what we're doing. And what we're doing is we need to work. All right? That's my mentality. And just because I'm in Africa, that doesn't mean that I don't work. That doesn't mean it's time for vacation. I'm here to still work. And I think that that's a lot of a big problem with people, because you're tired of working on a day-to-day basis. And, you're stressed in America, and I get that. But the reality is that if you're going to want to do something on the continent, you're going to have to get back to work unless you're already rich and you have a lot of money saved up. But your work day needs to be consistent. If you're supposed to be where you're supposed to be, even if you're dealing with people in meetings, they can come late. You need to, make that astounding in the conversation. Like, the meeting starts at this time. I'm going to be there, and you need to be there. Okay. If you're looking to scout talent for your business, if you need to be training your employees for the business, you need to be where you're supposed to be at. All right. You don't need to be at the beach or drinking hermosas or, out there doing whatever you need to do in the streets or whatever, because you want to enjoy the life so you can, be on your Instagram posting about how much you love the Gambia or how much you love Uganda. No, you're there. If you need money, you're there to work. Okay. You're there to accomplish something. So that's your priority. In fact, you should be working more in Africa than you were in America, because you're working for yourself now. And because people I don't think that a lot of African Americans, when they're in Africa, they're not keeping a time schedule. You're not budgeting your time. You're not achieving things in the day. You're not achieving things throughout the week. You're just kind of like, being, lax, being a little bit lax, or some people call it lackadaisical. You're doing that, if that's a real word, and you're not getting anything accomplished. So if you don't set those standards for yourself, how can you set those standards for your employees? If your employees don't see you getting up early, they're not going to do that. If you don't set the culture that, hey, we have to work and do things, then your people who are around you are not going to do it. And you can't inspire anybody if you're out there, being lazy and stuff like that. So you have to work. Be where you're supposed to be. Your meetings start on a certain time, have those meetings. Team meetings start on a certain time, have those meetings, and have goals every day for what you're attributing to. Then once you get everything done in a day and you achieve all that stuff in the day, because you're your own boss now, you want to go out and hang out, fine. You want to go there and hang out, fine. You want to go there at the restaurant, fine. But not until you do what you're supposed to do. And I see too many African Americans, I believe, on the continent of Africa trying to live a long vacation, a long staycation, and a vacation sometimes. You're not doing anything on the daily basis. You're not working. You're not earning. You're not building the platform that you said you wanted to build. And then now, you're just kind of coasting by, trying to live off the fact that you're an American. I will say this also, and this is not to be mean disrespectful, but when you go to the continent, you can be over in the continent not being successful, and that will be fine. Like in America, you can't be unsuccessful, and people know it. But if you're from America, you go over there, you kind of feel like, well, I'm kind of doing better than most people over here, so it's fine. You can get away with that if you want to, if you want to think that way. But you're not going to achieve much. A lot of people I know that are expats, they live over in Africa. They're not doing as well as they would in America, but because they're doing better than everybody else, then the most people, you don't feel so bad. No, the reality is you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Okay? Your goal is to be successful amongst all people. I don't care if you're doing better than the average Kenyan or the average Ugandan or whatever. My mentality is, how do I rank myself according to everybody in the world, right? Where am I at that they're not at? And if you're not having that mentality, you're just not going to grow. Like, well, I got my little money here, so I'm cool. I don't need all of that and all of that other stuff. And that's what you want to be, fine. But don't complain when you don't have anything. Don't complain when, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be there wherever you're at, your work time, focus on what you're doing, and that's how you're going to be successful. Okay? Because the same you that was in America is going to be the same you in Africa. So if you were unsuccessful in America, that same you, wherever you go, there you are. Okay? So if you're supposed to be working, be where you're supposed to be at. You're supposed to be training, be where you're supposed to be at. You're supposed to be doing some stuff for the business, be where you're supposed to be at. You ain't got nothing better to do but doing what you're supposed to be doing in the first place. Some of you guys are not going to like it, but that's the truth. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Dear African American playlist. Check out the, my information if you want to do so there on the comments. And as you know, keep it real. King Ghana forever. I'm out.